Good afternoon, everyone. Romney Smith at WTOC for The News Now. This is our digital newscast on various platforms just to bring you the latest news on what we're working on right now, just to keep you in the loop. Thank you so much for joining us. We certainly appreciate it, especially those of you who are on Facebook interacting. I see you guys saying hello and waving with the emojis. I appreciate that a lot. Keep in mind, you can always ask a question. I'll do my best to answer it. So we're starting with news out of Effingham County. The Effingham Health System has agreed to settle for millions of dollars on allegations of poor record keeping and notification violations for the National Controlled Substance Act. So this is one of our top stories right now. The Effingham Health System has agreed to pay $4.1 million to resolve the allegations that it failed to provide accurate rules to protect controlled substances from getting stolen and lost. The reason? Tens of thousands of oxycodone tablets were unaccounted for over a 4-year period. The entire statement, yes, you're seeing right here, I'm scrolling through it, is on our website, WTOC.com. You can, of course, go there if you'd like to read the entire thing. But keep in mind, they are now being fined. This is a federal investigation that happened. They are apologizing to the DEA, saying they just want this to be over with. But keep in mind, it was a serious violation to have tens of thousands of oxycodone tablets go missing. They don't know if they were lost or stolen. So part of their statement, they were saying they appreciate the recognition that their systems needed an overhaul, and they did implement some new things to make sure they are in compliance. So you can always go to our website. But again, they will be paying $4.1 million to resolve those allegations. A Glenn County police lieutenant was actually arrested following a domestic incident over the weekend. Glenn County officials say Police Chief John Powell was informed of the incident early Sunday morning involving Lieutenant Robert Sasser. After reviewing body camera video, the chief agreed that whatever happened should be referred to judicial review. A judge then issued 2 warrants for Lieutenant Sasser's arrest, and the charges include simple battery and criminal trespassing. He turned himself in Monday. Sasser is now on administrative leave without pay pending the outcome of an internal investigation into his arrest. We will continue to follow that news out of Glenn County with one of their own being arrested. News we broke for you at 12 noon today. The president of Georgia Southern University stepping down to pursue other career opportunities. I know a lot of you guys watching went to Georgia Southern, loved your time there. This is Dr. Jamie Erbera. He has served as the president since July 1st of 2016, so he hasn't even completed 2 years as the school's president yet. The University System of Georgia named Shally Clark Nickel as the interim president. Nickel currently serves, this is a mouthful, bear with me, as the University System of Georgia Executive Vice Chancellor for Strategy and Fiscal Affairs, and she's also the treasurer for the Board of Regents. The university system will conduct a national search for the next president for Georgia Southern. That will start soon, and as we learn more information about the search for the new president or where Dr. Erbera will go, we will certainly let you know. I have a Facebook comment right now. Buddy Newton saying you don't lose thousands of pills. Well, that's exactly what the Effingham Health System was accused of. And not just thousands of pills. We're talking tens of thousands of oxycodone pills. That's why they were fined and have to pay millions of dollars now. So that's certainly a big story that we're working on right now. Jamie Guetta is saying, how can they just lose hundreds of thousands of pills? That's what the feds were looking into as well. Some of them perhaps stolen, some of them perhaps given away, some may have had prescriptions refilled too much. That is all part of the investigation. We have a long story on our website so you can kind of get more background information. The good news, though, the health system saying they have put more new preventative measures and strategies into place to prevent that from ever happening again. Certainly a lot of us in the newsroom, when we realized the story, we said, whoo, how do you lose hundreds of thousands of pills? That's a lot to not have a system to maintain that. Well, switching gears, think back to your very first job after you obtained a degree. How much did you make? 20 grand? 30 grand? Well, get this. A consulting firm releasing the average starting salary for the class of 2018 college grads, and they say if they have a bachelor's degree, they can expect an average of just over $50,000 a year for their very first job out of college. The firm arrived at that average by analyzing salaries across 310,000 entry-level positions from 1,000 different organizations across the country. Now, while they say the average is $50,000, that, of course, varies by industry, and this, again, for college graduates with a bachelor's degree. Let me tell you something right now, guys. I have a master's degree in journalism, and I did not start at $50,000 when I became a journalist, so just put that in your pocket. Not everyone earns 50 grand. I just want to know what they do. Maybe the engineers, maybe people in medicine, they would warrant that much money, but Sometimes it makes me question why I chose journalism, because I certainly did not start off making that much money. Okay, moving on. Rain is the name of the game when it comes to weather. WTOC meteorologist Cutter Martin has more.
Forecast. Now, there is still rain expected today, but kind of in typical summertime fashion, we're expecting the majority of the shower and the thunderstorm activity today to occur during the afternoon. I think the most rain on First Alert radar between 1 and 7 o'clock, and rainfall accumulations averaging here, keep that in mind, less than 1/2 inch. Some spots see less, other spots can easily pick up over an inch in a short amount of time. It is kind of that summer nature of rainfall activity, and that's what we're expecting today. You can track it as it develops, really watching lunchtime for those initial few thunder showers to form, and you can track it in the WTOC weather app.
So basically, just keep your umbrella with you all week long. All right, so in a special report tonight, WTOC reporter Meredith Parker is unveiling which intersections locally are the most dangerous from the year 2017. She dug into the numbers, literally thousands of accident reports. She has a preview of her story that will air tonight.
Close to 9,300 wrecks happening at Savannah intersections in 2017. We went through these reports with a fine-tooth comb and came up with the top 6 intersections in Savannah that produced the most dangerous accidents. The top of our list was Abercorn and White Bluff, with more than 1/4 of the accidents ending with a trip to the emergency room. Through our research, we are considering an accident dangerous if injuries or fatalities were reported. According to data from the city of Savannah, the highest cause for intersection wrecks are rear ends and yielding to left turns. So what can be done to prevent these accidents? Because most of these dangerous intersections in Savannah involve state roads, which means the city has little to no control over them.
There's, a lot of the intersections on our list are state routes, and if we look at it and we see there's correctable crashes, and we believe there's measures that can be taken, we certainly communicate that to Georgia Department of Transportation, and we'll work with them to take those measures.
Tonight on The News at 6, I will be identifying every single one of these dangerous intersections of Savannah and what time these crashes are happening. Back to you.
All right, again, that will be tonight at 6 on The News, which is on WTOC at 6 p.m. I always tell you guys, if you have any questions or want to have a comment, you can always do so on Facebook. I have a few comments, questions about how the hospital system lost the pills. Hope Turner saying hospitals are supposed to have a tight pharmacy policy. This seems that something or someone was not minding the store. Keep in mind, it wasn't necessarily what they gave out to people. That could have been part of it, but it also could have been that before they were ever dispensed to customers, that they could have been missing then. So there's definitely something funny going on, still being looked into. Again, that's one of our top stories right now coming out of Effingham, learning that the Effingham health system has to pay a $4.1 million fine for misplacing controlled substances, oxycodone specifically. Tens of thousands of pills went missing. They've now settled, and they're working on implementing new strategies to make sure it does not happen again. We have much more coming up for you. I have another update at 3 o'clock. Until then, you can always reach us online at WTOC.com and our various social media pages. See you then.